Hey all, this is the Poor Sports Seattle podcast, here to talk about the Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh interaction that's getting a lot of news in the Seattle area. Uh, they're playing in the World Baseball Classic. Randy Arozarena comes to the plate. He attempts to shake Cal Raleigh's hand. Cal snubs him. And then after the game, Randy Arozarena was asked about it and had some choice words. We're going to play all that. We'll talk about it. Let's start by just playing it. And I want to say this video, this edit of the interview and of the actual interaction are from Real Talk Baseball 4625 on YouTube. And then we're going to read a translation of Randy Arozarena's post-game interview. Let me find the guy's name that from Master Flip _ on Twitter. So let's start by just watching. So you see there, Randy Arozarena attempts to shake Cal Raleigh's hand, and I've seen some speculation that Arozarena probably had pine tar on his hands, and Cal Raleigh doesn't want to get pine tar on his hands because that's going to get his pitcher kicked out of the game. It's going to be considered doctoring the ball. I actually don't know if that's true. I don't know if you can shake a batter's hand and you're able to bait a catcher into doctoring a ball legally that way. I also, I think Randy Arozarena is a pretty funny player. I think he's different from maybe any player we've ever seen in Seattle. Refreshingly, by the way. I like this element of baseball from different cultures. I think some of these cultures, especially Latin America, but even like some of the stuff in Taiwan and Japan, we could use more of that stuff. Baseball tries to be like golf. They want baseball to be like, the 18th tee at Augusta, and I'd much rather it be like a Salvadorian birthday party I grew up going to. Not that any of these guys are from El Salvador. And, based on geopolitics, I'm probably offending several groups. Just giving you my lived experience, folks. But what I'm telling you is, I'm a professional comedian. I think this is a joke. I don't think that I think that Randy Arozarena wanted to shake Cal Raleigh's hand and he didn't do it. And I think that chances are these are two guys that are friendly, that are competitive with each other. And then I think the interview with Randy Arozarena after the game is kind of a pro wrestling. What do they call that? It's a work. It's a work. A little bit. That's my belief, but I'm willing to entertain the fact that I don't know everything about the severity of this language. I'm going to read you a little bit from a Reddit. The source of all good news is from Reddit. Okay, so let's finish the video. So here Arozarena's getting interviewed in Spanish. And we don't need to go through the whole thing, and we'll fast forward to the end because there's maybe a glint of a smile, but I'm gonna read you the translation from Master Flip on what Arozarena says in this interview. He says, how do you think I should respond to Cal Raleigh? How should I put it to him? I want to say it in 4 languages. First, in Spanish. The only thing he should be thankful for is having such great parents. He's very well educated, thank God. I was lucky enough to see him a few days ago at the hotel. They came over to greet me, gave me a big hug, and were genuinely proud to see me again. After that, I want to give it to him straight Cuban style. What he has to do is fuck off. Mexican style, go to hell. And in English, that fake ass good to see you he hit me with, he can shove it straight up his ass. I'm out. So, maybe he's the worst Shark Tank investor ever. But let's see if we'll get to the very end of this and see kind of you can even see right there, I think a smile starting to come over his face a little bit. Let's see if we can. We'll watch the very end of this.
Es lo que tiene que hacerle, ¿verdad? Irse para casa la pinga a los mexicanos. Que se vaya para casa la verga en inglés. Se lo voy a decir en inglés. El gudicillo que me dijo que se lo meten en el culo. Me fui.
So I've listened to enough Pitbull in my life to know what culo means. Was that Pitbull? Was that Daddy Yankee? I can't remember. I've taken part in these kind of pro wrestling jokes that go wrong, that people perceive to be one way and they're actually another way. I'm going to start by saying this. This is great news for the World Baseball Classic. I said this about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Like, the WNBA seemed to want to, like, do damage control constantly with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And I was like, let it ride. Let it simmer. This is great for the league. It's great for interest in the league. And it's proven true. Like, the WNBA reached a peak that it had never reached before. And the World Baseball Classic, I think, is interesting, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a baseball fan first. That's my favorite sport. And I haven't watched a moment of this year's World Baseball Classic. I've watched, obviously, this clip. Part of that is, I will say, because I use it so little, I canceled YouTube TV at the end of the football season. So I'm going to see how much of it I can watch on my MLB TV subscription. And maybe I end up getting YouTube TV for another month to watch the end of the World Baseball Classic. But by the way, I keep getting reminded. I'll hear the results of games, but I keep getting reminded that it's happening. This is great for the intrigue of the World Baseball Classic, whether it's serious or not. And I have my doubts about whether it's serious, but whether it's serious or not, the cinema of having Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout face off to end the World Baseball Classic. I think it was the last World Baseball Classic. Beautiful. But to have this kind of thing that shows to the fans who may doubt the sincerity of competition, who we hear these stories about, like, oh, if you pitch this guy this day, you can't pitch him 2 more days because his Major League Baseball team says you can't. These things that kind of dilute the integrity of what we're watching, of what we believe we're watching. The perceived integrity. This stuff solidifies it. This stuff legitimizes that these guys give a shit about winning. That's great for the World Baseball Classic. But for the Mariners, I do think, like, even if this is a joke, there's maybe some space to be concerned, because this may follow them as the season goes on, and they may have to answer questions about it. And sometimes these jokes, I say this as someone who has certainly told a joke that upset somebody to the point that it later came around, right? That I found out later that I had offended someone. I don't know that this is like the kind of joke that's fully planned out and scripted, but maybe there was a thing where Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena went like, yeah, let's give him a show. Let's fuck around. Let's give him a show. Not necessarily after not before the interaction, but when this thing happens on national TV and 50,000 people in the stadium see it, and several 100,000 or over 1 million people see it in the United States, and more people across the world. Yeah, maybe there was a part of them that was like, yeah, let's play this up a little bit. Now, if it's a problem, if it's a genuine problem, I think the Mariners have to trade Randy Arozarena right now, because the moment the season starts, game 1, he loses value because the team can't offer him a qualifying offer and potentially get draft pick compensation for him being on their team for the full season, and signing elsewhere worry too. So if it's a real concern, you have to trade him right now. But I do genuinely, I think, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that clip real quick. Let's see if we can see a little more of what I'm saying. So I just want to, let's watch. Hold on, we'll go a little further back. There's a smile right there.
El gudicillo que me dijo que se lo meten en el culo. Me fui.
I think Randy Arozarena feels fully like a pro wrestling work to me. I'm not stressed about this yet, but if we hear more about it, this is like a very binary thing. This is either fully a work or fuck. All right. Casey McLean Comedy everywhere. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you.